In this video, I'm going to break down exactly what to do if you've just got laid off or you fear that you're just about to lose your job. I have the number one book in the UK for job interviews and the number one book in the US for career progression and career acceleration. This book is flying off the shelves because it gives you an understanding of just how important negotiation is and how to do it at the fundamental level. More on that later. Right, you've just been laid off. What do you do? Number one, you've got to start with a reframe. This is not you being laid off, being fired, being let go. This is not a personal thing. The reframe is, this is you transitioning to your next job. So this is just a transition from this job to the next job. Massive change. Everything you do and everything that I train people to do when they've lost their job is how to get a job in the next 30 days. I need you to fully commit to this being a transition and not being something that's going to damage your self-worth. What happens when we take this on? Okay, it's an emotional shock. I totally get what happens when you hear the news that you've been let go. I totally get it. It's an emotional shock and it shocks the nervous system into survival. And from there, it can feel like this is an uphill battle that's really hard to turn around. You can start to feel desperate. You start thinking about roles that you wouldn't even have considered before that are lower than your standard, and you start lowering your standards because you start getting to a lack mindset. Now, what I'm here to do is explain the exact steps that you need to take. But let me first tell you, commit to this just being a transition. This is just a transition from one job to the next. The same as if you were in a job, you were working your notice because you are going to move to another job. Same thing. Because I need you to refocus your attention. Your attention is your energy, it's your focus, it's your belief, it's all connected. And this, if you're going to do this, is a mental game that you have to win. This is about you becoming super resilient. So the next stage is refocus your energy. So my number one advice is to get moving now. If this has just happened to you, even if it was like 2 hours ago, I want you to reconcile with it, to understand that you need to get going. You need to get some balls in the air. You need to move now because motion creates momentum. And once you've got momentum, you can start getting some opportunities up in the air. You can start controlling the narrative. Right, the next thing you need to do is take responsibility. This is not about blaming the CEO or blaming the boss or thinking about what you could have done differently. That's in the past. What this is about is you controlling your energy, take responsibility, and to understand that you have everything in your power, that you can get out there and you can start creating momentum. And that, yeah, maybe you were in sales or business development or customer service and you were selling things, you were working for that company and you worked your heart out. Well, now you've got to sell the business of you. Now you're just selling you, the easiest thing in the world to sell. You've got this. So I want you planting seeds everywhere you go. And the way to do that is you need to make every day count. So you've got to slow time down so that every hour, every 15 minutes is accounted for. It now becomes very, very valuable. So you're not saying yes to every little thing, every social occasion. What you're doing is you're remembering your complete focus, and that is to get this job in the next 30 days. And so every day, break it down into 3 days. You've got the morning, the afternoon, and the night. And so when you wake up, you get absolutely after it. You start with the end in mind. You know exactly what you're doing with your day, and you're out there creating connections, relationships, building trust, and being visible. Number 4, what we're doing here is we're aiming to get multiple job offers in 30 days. I don't want you thinking that it's super hard out there, that there's a really tough battle to climb, and that just getting one, just getting anything, we'll be so happy if we just get anything, that we just get one. No, I want you to stay calm, cool, and collected, to stay in abundance and to know that you're going to land multiple offers so that you can choose the right thing for you. In fact, this is an opportunity for you to elevate, for you to get multiple offers that are better than you've ever had before. And this is the exact moment to do that, because I'm going to train you in some of these habits that you're going to start going down. These are habits that you'll want to have for the rest of your life. So this can become the best transition ever, because it's going to create wealth building habits, connection building habits, trust building habits, and build the version of you that's resourceful, creative, and able to take any situation and make the best of it. In the momentum sales model, I talk about the 9 before 9 a.m. This is my strategy for creating momentum. What that means is every morning before 9 a.m., you will have touched base with 9 qualified leads, warm leads, people that you want to get in touch with that can further you in advancing your mission. And that can be on DM, email, phone call, coffee, breakfast, face to face, on Zoom, anything. Anything that moves the needle forward, but you've sent out those 9 touch points every day before 9 a.m. When you have that level of consistency, you go into the day already won. And this is on top of all the action that you're going to take during the day. Remember, action is the antidote for anxiety. So if you're feeling anxious, you're feeling worried, what you're doing is you're projecting into the future and imagining something you don't want happening. Now, that's not the strategy to go down, and I'll explain that in a minute. What you want to be doing is taking conscious action in the direction of your mission and goal and objective, and you're going to feel 10 times better. The 9 before 9 a.m. strategy, and I mean, this is an award-winning book I'm talking about. The Momentum Sales Model won at the Axiom Business Book Awards last year in 2025, and it's changing thousands of salespeople's lives across the world, because if you put these things in practice, not just for your business, but for yourself, you're going to become a super connector. You're going to start building trust in areas that other people fail to get to. It's quite hard to become consistent in this unless you're committed. Now, I'd ask you, are you committed or just interested? Do you really want to get a new job or not? Because if you're committed, you will put in the work daily, and I mean daily. You will do this on the dot at 9 a.m., 9 emails, 9 touch points, go out, you're in front of someone, you're having coffee, you've got breakfast, you've got it lined up, and you are dedicated to making it happen. You follow up every 3 days with any person that doesn't come back to you until they come back to you. And that's where you magnify and get more exposure. Remember that it's not in your immediate circle where you're going to find all the new information. No, everyone that you know in your core group of friends has typically similar information. We know which businesses are winning, which businesses are losing, who's winning personally, who's losing, what's going on. It's actually in your second degree and third degree connections, those weaker ties, where the new information lives. And that's exactly why you want to be thinking in these creative ways to get in touch with people from the perspective of adding value to their life. This isn't you meeting them just because they can give you a job or they can know someone. It's actually like, how can I help you? I would like to get to know you. I'm interested in connecting because what you're doing is super interesting to me. And so you can give to them by being interested in them. And because of that, you build this amazing, super connected life where you amplify across this network of highly influential people. Most people know at least 250 well-connected people. So you can imagine in a week, you're meeting 45 of these people. 45 times 250. Now, I'm not quick with maths, but that's somewhere in the region of about 10,000 or 11, 12,000 people. It's pretty damn good for a week's work that you've potentially accessed in terms of network. So my biggest move would be to implement the 9 before 9 a.m. strategy to really create momentum during this transition. The more conversations you're having, the luckier you're going to get. It's as simple as that. It's an equation. Have more conversations. So as I said, you slow down your day so you're very strategic about how you're spending your time. You're writing to people with context, with understanding who they are and getting those emails right. And you're starting to learn the trends. And therefore, you're having more deep conversations. Conversations that can put you into new rooms that you don't have access to yet. The more conversations you have, the luckier you're going to get. That's just the way it works. And help others. In this time of need for yourself, I want you to be the person that's helping others. Go out of your way to help other people. I don't mind if that's carrying bags for the old lady at the grocery store or if it's giving money to the person that doesn't have any. I don't mind how you help people. But I want you to become the person that's helping people, that recognizes the gratitude you have for this time that you have right now to be alive, then understands how you can live in a state of abundance and that your mission here is to be a servant leader. So give to others because it's an excellent energy to get into. The fact is the world is like a mirror, and so it's going to reflect back to you the energy you're giving out. Do not hang around with other people that have lost their job. Now, this might be tough because as soon as you lose the job, everyone's going to talk to you about how much that sucks, how wrong they are, how rubbish this company is that you just worked for, and how much this is a problem for you. Do not hang out with others who have lost their job. Number one, They're going to try to impose their perception and their mindset. They're going to infiltrate your energy. They're going to start sucking the energy out of you and taking it towards the problem, or AKA the thing you do not want, which is how hard it's to get a job and the fact that they've been out of work for 7 months and they can't see a future in sight and they're panicking and they're stressful and the anxiety, AKA survival mode. That is not you. So the luck is you're not that survival mode person. You've got your nervous system under control and you've got a plan. So do not put yourself in the position to hang out with others that have already lost their job. Instead, get around the innovators, the people you see in your industry doing exciting things. Maybe they've got side gigs that are really exciting. Get to know them. Start to have conversations. Use this time to pour into the things that you love and the people doing exciting things. Be around the optimists, the positivity creators, the people that are going to give you energy, and that energy magnifies so that you can carry these fruitful conversations forward with momentum, with joy, with abundance, and you can start to bring it all together. And that's exactly where you want to be, to create possibility and to spot opportunity that you're going to action. Because you get into action mode, yeah, you're going to be in the unknown. It's going to be uncertain. But we're okay with that because we're resourceful. We're people that can create magic where others see none. We go forward and we use the conversations, the energy and the positivity and the optimism to bring things together. You'll be able to connect dots that other people won't see because they're still worried about being a victim, worried about what happened, and stressing about the fact that they can't see a way through this darkness. You are going to be the light in this time. So don't accept anyone else's standards. Remember, your standard is, I'm going to get a new job in the next 30 days. I'm going to get a couple of different offers. I'm going to choose the best one. That's exactly how it's going to go. That's your standard. That's your timeline. Do not let anyone else impose their timelines and their position of the market onto you. Do not absorb it. If you get into one of those conversations, cut it off. Hang up, leave the event. Do not put yourself in that situation. That's a big warning. The next one is, I want you to hit the gym daily. I don't care if you go for 5 minutes or 5 hours. The point is, again, building consistency and routine. A strong body equals a strong mind. And during this transition from this old job to your new job, the strong mind is where it's at. We need a strong mindset. So we need to do everything that we can to help create the environment for that. And it starts with hitting the gym daily. Remember, I don't mind if you go for 5 minutes or 5 hours. It's the habit of going that's important. If you go for 5 minutes and you show up, you're showing up. You're doing what you said you would do, and you're creating that identity of someone. And that's going to pour self-belief and self-trust into you. The fact is, if you do what you say you're going to do, that's how you earn confidence with yourself. So it's a really important milestone for this time period. Not only are you going to get in shape, but you're going to get trust with yourself. You're going to start doing the things that you say you will do. You're going to act consistently, and therefore you're going to elevate your whole life. And this is one of the habits that I believe will transcend not just this period, but actually into the future. And you'll understand that when you're under stress, when you're under pressure, when you're in that next job, this is actually one of the habits that you're going to retain. Not only are you going to be a super networker, you're going to be a super consistent gym goer. Those that have, more will be given. I want you to stand in the abundance that you have right now. I want you to just look at your life with gratitude and start to see the good in it. Start to see the good in the situation. The fact that you have the resources, the capability, the smarts, and the conviction to get yourself through this. And one day, you're being an example to your kids, to your family, to your friends, to others out there about how you handle this. And you're able to document this, you're able to talk about this in the future, but right now, you're an example to everyone. Be grateful that you get this opportunity and that you get to show yourself that you can do this. And I believe in you. You can do this and you will. The nice thing about the workout is that it's going to help you sleep better, because every single day, as I said, you're going to be slowing down time. You're going to almost do a week's worth of work in a day. So you'll have a mini week each day, that each day you're moving forward and progressing towards your goal. This is 30 days that you can really make the most of and maximize. You're always on and you're always focused on a singular objective. And the workout is going to help you sleep later at night because you'll have really exhausted your body, both mentally and physically. And so in that sleep, you're going to be more spiritual. You're going to be more connected You're going to have a deeper rest because of it. So this all combines to creating a healthy life. It's pretty good, actually, if we start to think about this situation, this transition that you're making from your old job to your new job. Not only are you going to get the best job that you've ever got and be paid more for your time than you ever have and be recognized for the value that you bring, but you're actually creating a system for life that is now embedded in part of your identity. And so you're going to go to sleep early. You're going to rise with the sun. You're going to start journaling in the morning. And I don't mean fluffy stuff. I mean an action plan. This is what we're going to do today. This is what we have on. This is the big shots that I'm taking, the moon shots. This is where I'm going to be bold and push into uncertainty. This is how I'm going to show up in this meeting. These are the 3 things I'm going to cover. I'm not going to spend time worrying about if I don't get the interview or the job offer, or if I don't make it, or what if I'm late. I'm not going to spend time worrying about any of those things. Which brings me to my next point. Have you heard the story about the black coffee? Okay, if not, this is how it goes. A woman walks into a coffee shop. She walks up to the barista and she says, I don't know what I want, but I know I don't want black coffee. And the barista looks at her and goes, yeah, that's cool. Okay, well, what do you want? And she's like, I don't know what I want, but I don't want black coffee. Confused, the barista's like, yeah, but what do you want? She's like, I just don't want black coffee. She goes and sits down at the table. Now, the barista's busy. He's making all the coffees. He's got all the orders. He's got the microwave over there. The till is ringing. People are coming in. And he gets confused. And he's like, okay, I've got this order for this woman. What does she want? Black coffee is all he can remember. So he makes her a black coffee and takes it over to the table. Now, the woman's sitting there and she looks surprised. Why have I got black coffee? I said, I don't want black coffee. Do you get what the lesson is here? If we're constantly putting out into the universe what it is we don't want, that's what actually is going to get brought to our table. So be very conscious of the thoughts you think during this time, the language you use to describe this situation. I want it to come from a place of empowerment and not a place of, I hope I don't mess this up, or what if I don't get this role, or what if they don't choose me, or what if I don't get this interview, or what if it takes too long and I run out of money. That's you telling the universe what you don't want. And ultimately, you're going to get given the black coffee. So eradicate all that now and start asking very clearly what it is you want. So start stating, I'm going to go get this type of role. This is what I'm getting. This is my standard. This is my pay grade. This is my value. This is what I'm creating. Yeah, I'm transitioning to this type of role now. This is my move. This is when I move into these types of innovation roles where these companies value X, Y, and Z, and they match my values. That's exactly what we want to be doing, being very specific and clear about what it is we want and put that out into the world so that when we get asked, that's what we're articulating. The mistake people make is they spend too much time talking about what they don't want, what's happened in the past, what they don't want to happen in the future, that then they actually get that delivered to them. And that's the big mystery. And they're not sure why. Well, it comes from what they're putting out. So really slow down, get conscious about what you're doing, control your language, control your thoughts. It's a mindset game. It's going to require mental resilience. This is all about your resilience right now, which is why we're controlling the inputs, the gym, the sleep, the nutritious food, the focus, the consistency, the plan. In fact, head over to my website, timjscastle.com, and you can download the Momentum Sales Model tools. I'll give them to you. Even if you haven't had the book, even if you haven't bought the book, just go get them, because in there is a daily tracking template. There's a lot in there that can be applied to your daily scheduling and set up here so that you can have the most efficient and effective days. You can bring value and joy to your life, and you can use this time to really propel forward. And the final piece here, I'd recommend you read the book The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho, because it is again all about recognizing that you have a chance to go after your dreams, to follow those dreams, and there are signs and people out there trying to help you do that. And maybe this whole thing has happened to get you towards that bigger future. Because remember, life is always happening for you, not to you. This is where the universe conspires to help you on your way. And that's true. If you are consistent and you show up and you know what you want and you articulate it clearly, all the universe will conspire to help you get it. It's just how it works. Read The Alchemist. I'm sure you've read it. 320 million books Paulo Coelho sold, and for good reason. If you've read it already, please get back to the material again and just light that spark in your soul. This is a moment for you to really take hold of this opportunity, and what a gift it is. And the final point is don't hibernate. I want you to get exposure, be visible, bring people together in your community and your industry, bring new souls together, get connection and be at the heart of that. Not only for those weak ties and the information that you'll get, but because of the person that it will create in you. Create a community, have an event, bring people together. And that's where you're going to be visible, get exposure to new opportunities, new ideas, new influences, new relationships, new possibilities. This is the type of person that is going to nail getting a job in the next 30 days. It's about exposure, likability, a little bit of luck, some capability, but more than anything, taking action into these new areas and believing it is possible. Remember, that's my motto, believe it is possible. I want you to take that energy forward. I believe you can do this. You've got it in you. In the next 30 days, you will get the job offers. You will have the ability to now choose something that matches where you're going and that is in alignment, because you're going to get super focused. You're going to go through this list of things. And there's a reason this is a short video, because I want you to listen to it again and again so that you can stay on track and you can go after your goal and achieve it quicker than 30 days. Let's go. It's all to play for. It's absolutely all to play for. Don't let the world tell you what's possible. Don't let the world and the news and the people out there that are struggling put that fear into you. No, no, no. You're going to be consistently focused on implementing this transition as if you got the job offer already. This is just the transition. This is just the transition, and you're likely being paid to do it. So let's go. Let's put it on full speed. And right now, if you've just been laid off, this is the moment to do that. Do not waste a second more. Just get out and start creating value and giving in new ways. This is the blueprint. I wish you all the success in the world. Let me know when it happens for you.